Do you feel like you have struggled to find a desk mat that you truly love for more than 16 minutes? You're looking around. Everybody you know, they've got a desk mat from Desker or Gutsy Aiden or Mousepad Company. And you say, why can't I love like they love? My name is Naaackers, aka PUPUFU Ding Dong, and I've been a PC gamer since about 2007. 8 months ago, I started on a desk mat buying bonanza, trying so desperately to find a desk mat, gaming mat, mouse pad, cloth, gamer glide thing, something that I could use that wouldn't cause me physical pain. Don't look at me like that. You know what I'm talking about. 2 words, stitched edges. Something happened to me when I turned 30. My sweet, sweet forearm skin that the doctors decided to leave on when I was a baby grew additional nerve endings, and I cannot stand to use stitched edge mouse pads anymore. However, I have found a new favorite type of desk mat. Let me tell you about it. Come on. Today's video is a desk mat showdown. I'm gonna run through all of the different types of mats that I've tried. I'm gonna talk about their pros, talk about their cons, and then I'm gonna tell you about my favorite. Disclaimer, and I need to put an emphasis on the disclaimer. There are products in this video that were sent by brands for free. One of those products ends up being the winner, which seems suspicious. But I didn't even agree to make a video in exchange for the product. They just sent it. They were like, hopefully you make a video. What might convince you is that the most expensive one didn't win, but it was the brand made the cheaper version and the more expensive one. The cheaper one ended up winning. So that's still kind of sus, but just watch the video and let me know if you think I'm lying. So what do we got in the showdown today? A glorious Mousepad 3XL. It's 48 inches by 24 inches. That one's $49.99. The Mousepad, which is 32 by 16 inches. That's an double XL. That one was $9.99. We have a Twitch XL gaming desk pad, 36 by 16 inches, coming in at $15.99. Next up, the PUPUFU large leather desk pad, 48 inches by 24 inches, $29.99. Then the Grove Made matte desk pad, 36 inches by 16 inches, coming in at $90. The Oathia leather desk pad, 36 inches by 17 inches, $15.99. The SteelSeries QCK 2XL, it's a cloth mouse pad, 36 by 16, $29.99. And lastly, the Grove Made black leather medium plus, coming in at a whopping 195 doll hairs. For the duration of this video, we're gonna call all of these desk mats, okay? So I can stop fumbling over saying what it is, thank you. Let's break these down into a few different categories. We have the standard black cloth desk mats, which both come in a stitched and a clean cut edge. We've got the artsy fartsy with the cool designs and the prints. Then we have the budget, fake leather kind of vinyl. And then we have the high quality vinyl. And then finally, real leather. The main talking points are grip, durability, drag, structure, cleanability, and comfort. I have tested all of these mats on both my gaming setup and my Mac setup. I mainly play FPSs, and when I play, my belly button is like right up against the tabletop, so I can collect that sweet, sweet belly button lint. I also have a Mac setup, which is what I'm sitting at now, and I'm constantly alternating between the Apple Magic Trackpad, the Magic Mouse. I have a vertical mouse, and I kind of bounce between them. Some of the qualities that I desire at the Mac setup don't mirror what I want over on the PC setup. On the Mac, I always have macro boards and Stream Decks that are close by, so I want those on my desk mat as well. Both of these desks are 25 inches deep with varying widths, so 24-inch deep desk mats are perfect. The underside of the mat, like the material that it's made out of on the bottom, that plays a big role. Durability, how does it stand the test of time? Drag, when you're moving the mouse back and forth, how much drag is present, or does it glide smoothly? And does that change based on body temperature or temperature of the room? Structure, does it lay flat and stay flat? Cleanability, is it easy or difficult to clean? And how does it clean up? And lastly, comfort. Do it be comfy? The only constant in these tests is that my tabletop is a countertop from IKEA. It's like a white laminate. The mostest of slippies. First up, we have the standard black cloth desk mat. In the standard cloth category, we have the Glorious 3XL and then the SteelSeries QCK 2XL. Again, the Glorious coming in at the $49.99 price point, and then the SteelSeries coming in at the $29.99. I've had 2 of both of these mouse pads over the past 7 or so years, and they are great quality, they're large, they've always felt nice. The Glorious desk mats have stitched edges, while the SteelSeries have a clean cut edge. Both the artsy fartsy desk mats and then the standard black, those both have the stitched edge. So when it comes to grip, since these have the rubber underside, grip has never been an issue. Durability, I have never found the pad themselves to show any wear and tear. It is always the edges that I have an issue with. One too many times, I have dropped a Velcro strip on the edge, and then when you pull it off, you get all of these little fuzzies that are hanging off the side. And then you're giving your desk mat haircuts in order to keep it looking clean. This is just me being anal. I hate how the stitching can be shoved to one side, just like parted like pubes, up or down, left or right. Can't stand it. Drag, none. 10 out of 10. Even better if you have glides on your mouse. This usually isn't an issue. Structure. Personally, I have never had the issue of any cloth mouse pad like not laying flat or having corners curl up. Definitely a bonus going with these types of mats. Sometimes if it's shipped to you rolled, it can take a day or so for them to flatten out, but after that, they're fine. Cleanability is a no-thumber. I know that some people just throw it in the dishwasher, but our dishwasher runs for like 2 hours, and I don't like that. And then others put theirs in the washing machine. That seems too harsh, so I don't do that either. So I typically put them in the bathtub, sprinkle some laundry detergent on it, give it a whittle squubbies, and then it's fresh. But that's a process. So, comfort. Thummy downy. No likey. The stitched edges irritate my forearms, and I hate it. The only way around this is to sag the front lip or the front end of the desk mat off of the desk. But then it just rubs against my belly button. I don't like that either. So that was all about the stitched desk mats. What about the ones that have clean cut edges where there's no stitch? As far as the grip, most of them are always the same rubber bottom, so same as the stitched edges, they do great. Durability, one of the main complaints you'll see about a desk mat that has cut edges is the adhesive that keeps the top layer to the rest comes undone eventually. So you'll have corners that will always have this floppy non-goodness if it gets to that point. I've used both of mine for years and it didn't happen to those. So for me, big thumbs up, but I know that's a common issue. Drag, again, same material as the stitched, so all gravy, baby, thumbs up. Structure, again, after the first day, lays flat, stays flat, thumbs up. Cleanability, since these are the same material as the stitched edges, it's neither good or bad. It depends on how you clean them, but they do get dirty quick, it feels like. Comfort, as far as the comfort, they don't irritate my skin. I find myself being able to play games longer when I don't have a desk mat with a stitched edge. So in this category, I give it a thumbs up. Okay, let's get into the big bucks category. So both of these are from a company called Grovemade. I have 2 different types of desk mats from them. One of them is linoleum on top and cork on the bottom. And then the other one is real black leather on top and then cork on the bottom. So let's touch on the linoleum one first, which comes in at $90. Grip. Going into using this mat, I would not have thought that the cork would have been a good material to keep the mat stuck in place on the desk. And while it's not as good as the rubber as far as keeping it in place over long periods of times, it's still pretty good. And it's good enough for me to give it a thumbs up. Durability. I have had the olive green linoleum desk mat on my gaming setup for 4 months. And then I used the blue linoleum desk mat on my Mac setup for about 4 or 5 months as well. And now that one is back on my gaming setup. For the past like 7 months, I've had the blue one on my gaming setup where it got in between 10 to 15 hours a week of use because I don't game as much as I work. Neither of them have any wear yet. And I also convinced my girlfriend to try one of these, and she's been using it every day for anywhere from 8 to 16 hours a day, depending on how much Fallout she's playing. For like the past 4 months. She loves it. same deal. No noticeable wear whatsoever. Drag, barely any. Now, on the really hot days, and the skin can get a little moist from moving around, it feels like it takes more effort, but that is not necessarily a factor for me because I have an air conditioner in my office. So it's rare that it happens, but it is something to know if you have like a hot room. Structure. I am going to give the structure category a neutral on this one. It seems like the cork-lined mats have a tendency to get stuck in a form. It can be corrected, but it can be a little annoying. It's still better than having a stitched edge, so I kind of like forgive it in that aspect, but it is something to note. Cleanability, big fucking thumbs up. Haktua, wipe, and it's clean. They are so easy to clean. Whatever solution of choice you use that's not too harsh, it's like wiping a tabletop. It's the best thing ever. And as far as comfort goes, fantastic. They are the second thickest mats in the lineup, but they don't act like it. The edges are soft and non-abrasive. I never find myself having to like reposition or readjust to get comfy again. Huge thumbs up. Okay, so what about our budget versions of desk mats? We have the Zilili Mousepad, which was $9.99. The PUPUFU large leather desk mat, which was $29.99. And then the Aothea leather desk pad, which was $15.99. These made me sad. Do we even bother getting into it? You already probably know I'm gonna PUPUFU all over these. All right, fine. Sometimes you can buy the cheapest version of something and it ends up being great. And I was really hopeful that this category of desk mats was going to fall into that. It didn't. So as far as grip, the Aothea has a fuzzy, felty underside. And I do have to say that it did an okay job kind of staying in place. The PUPUFU and the Zilili both are double-sided, so it's the same material on both sides. Durability. I cannot truly rate these on durability because they did not last very long in my setup at all. And if you go through the reviews on these on Amazon, it doesn't seem like they hold up all that well. Drag. This is where it sucks the big dingus because all of these heat up just from being near it. It causes uncomfortable stickiness. Nothing feels good about using them once they start to warm up. Once you start to use your setup for more than a couple minutes. I don't know. Am I just a sweaty person when I play Call of Duty? Who could know? Maybe if your space is ice cold all the time, it'll be fine. You can save some bucks, but for all of them, Structure. All three of these are soft, flimsy, and they don't like sticking to the desk very well. Again, I didn't give them the months of use that I did with the other ones because I just couldn't wait to get rid of them because it was such a bad experience. But I can't imagine it would be that good. Cleanability. This is probably the only category where it performs well. Because of the material, they clean up really easily. And I actually don't use these. I didn't use them all that much for gaming, but I have used them in my videos for like product shots, like doing product photography or for videos. If your lighting is not too harsh, the more matte finished desk mats actually aren't awful for product photography. I thought I got some good footage and some good shots using them. I found that buying two double-sided of the PUPUFU leather ones, it gave me a lot of color variety for cheap. I guess it was good in that aspect. Comfort. Hey, how come I'm not talking about glass mouse pads? If you're not under a rock and you have a mobile phone with TikTok installed, you have most likely seen gamers everywhere oogling over the glass mouse pad. I have yet to try one because I have a feeling that I wouldn't like it. Not because of the material, but just because of the edges. Because I'm so sensitive to the edges, I feel like it would get annoying. The underside of my forearms, like I said, are extremely sensitive, and the sharp edge of glass just doesn't sound appealing at all to me. All right, so what is the verdict? After 16 years of testing different gaming mat products. And then the past 15 months, actually, at the time of recording this video, I can say with absolute confidence that the winner is the Grove-Made Linoleum mat. Unless there is some crazy advancement in mousepad manufacturing that erases all of my gripes with standard mats.
Really quick, Nick from the future here. In between me recording that and now, there was another company that had sent out some Deskmat mouse pads to me. And the original deal was they were just going to send them out. I did not agree to make a video. And then I ended up liking them. I made actually a couple videos on TikTok about them, and they were actually pretty good. The reason I ended up making videos on these is because these are the only mouse pads in history that have stitched edges and do not irritate me the same way all the other ones do. And because they were also interesting, because these two mats are two different textures. And I'm just gonna link the videos that I made on TikTok to give a better explanation of it. One of these is Aeroglide and the other is Duraglide. And it's not as soft as cloth, but it glides better than cloth. And at first I thought it was like itchy, but then it just stopped being itchy. It was really strange. One of the things I liked about this company was they have a bunch of just solid colors, which is something I'm a huge fan of. This one has replaced the Grove-Made sometimes over on my Mac setup. I'm constantly swapping them around. I really liked this one for gaming and for productivity. And then this is the other one that I was using. And I don't know if you can tell, but like the design isn't super high resolution. It like looks a little bit pixelated. I'm still unsure if that was a result of the type of material. I did not test these as long as I tested all of the other ones, but I've had them in constant rotation because this was like a first new experience that I've had with desk mats in a really long time. And it was very intriguing. So if there's something there that you want to try out, try it out. Try it out. Try it out. So again, not paid or sponsored. And I didn't even agree to show these ever, but sometimes you get surprised and they're pretty moderately priced. My fingers smell like poopy.
I can't see myself going back to a traditional desk mat anytime soon. The Grove-Made mats are colorful, low profile, easy to clean. They have almost no drag when with 90% of gaming, unless I'm very sweaty. And I get no irritation from day-to-day use. My forearms stay so lovely. The only downside is the cork bottom of these mats does not provide the best grip. So I have to be adamant about keeping the underside of it clean, like actually wiping clean the desk mat so that there isn't any dust or dirt or anything. And it seems to be okay most of the time. This is the one feature that the rubber mats have over the cork ones. So do you need to run out and replace your current desk mat because this is some revolutionary technology never experienced before and the modern desk mat is now dead? No. However, if you have been over the gamery, graphic, stitched cloth mats and you looking to try something new because you didn't know something else was out there, give one of these a shot. I really have been so happy with the Grove-Made mats, and my girlfriend, again, has been using it the same amount of time that I have, about 15, 16 months. And I've tried giving her other desk mats to swap in. She's like, no, sorry, I'm using this one now. I'm gonna have some links in the description for you to check out. By the time this comes out, there might be some Black Friday and or Christmas sales going on. You might be able to get like 10, 15% off. So I'll have a bunch of links in the description if you decide you want to try them out. Okay? Okay. Good night.